Hello everyone, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Wisdom Learning. I believe everyone is good and hope everyone is alright. So, let me tell you about myself a little bit. My name is Aditi Sharma and I have done my graduation in Bachelor of Technology in Mechanical Engineering. I am fond of teaching. मेरे को पढ़ना और पढ़ाना दोनों ही पसंद है, तो इसलिए आई एम विद यू with my YouTube channel Wisdom Learning. I am presenting you my learnings of mathematics, and I hope that these videos will help you in learn mathematics in a good way, in a better way. You will understand each and every concept of the topics that we will discuss from here on, starting from my very first video. तो ये है आज की मेरी सबसे पहली वीडियो मेरे YouTube चैनल की, and today on our channel we are like to commence a very new topic, that is trigonometry. That is a class 10th topic. Every one of us studies trigonometry in class 10th for the very first time. After that we learn identities and inverse trigonometry and trigonometric ratios in class 11th. So let's start with trigonometry. With trigonometry, first of all, what is trigonometry? As the name suggests, it is the science of measuring triangles. Like हमें जितने भी triangles हैं, basically इसके अंदर तो हम right angle triangle को ही consider करते हैं, जैसे मैंने यहाँ draw कर रखा है. लेकिन हर triangle को measure करने की जो science है, that is trigonometry. It has some sort of ratios, some sort of relations and identities on the basis of which we measure triangles. So now let's come forward for trigonometric ratios. Now trigonometry has some ratios like sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosec theta, cot theta, sec theta, और इन्हीं 6 चीज़ों पे हमारी trigonometry चलती है. So sin theta is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse, cos theta is equal to base upon hypotenuse, tan theta is equal to perpendicular upon base, cosec theta is equal to hypotenuse upon perpendicular, cot theta is equal to base upon perpendicular, and sec theta is equal to hypotenuse upon base. So have you read this all, and have you understood that there is a bit connection between all these trigonometric ratios? As I will tell you the relation between trigo ratios, like sin theta is the inverse of cosec theta, not the inverse, sorry. Sin theta is equal to 1 upon cosec theta, cos theta is equal to 1 upon sec theta, tan theta is equal to 1 upon cot theta, in such a way that if we multiply sin theta into cosec theta, we will get 1, as a into b is 1. If we consider a as sin theta and b as cosec theta, same goes for cos, sec and tan cot theta. And trigonometric identities. There are proofs of trigonometric identities, but I will suggest you, if you are in class 10th, you should just remember them, you should just learn them as they are. Because I will suggest some book later on from where you can practice and you can remember, and like जिससे आप लोग जो है practice कर सकते हो, और वहाँ से आपको बहुत सारे और identities भी मिलेंगी. सबसे first of all we have sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. sin square theta is equal to 1 minus cos square theta, और यहाँ पे हमारी property लग जाएगी a square minus b square is equal to a plus b into a minus b. इस वजह से it will be 1 minus a is 1 and b is cos square theta, so it will be 1 minus cos square theta, 1 minus cos theta into 1 plus cos theta. Now next identity is sin theta upon 1 plus cos theta is equal to 1 minus cos theta upon sin theta. So इसके अंदर हमें यही चीज़ याद रखनी है कि अगर हमारे पास में sin थीटा सिंगल दिया हुआ है, तो अगर हम उसको इन्वर्स कर दे, लाइक अगर वो न्यूमरेटर में और हम उसे डिनोमिनेटर में कर दे, तो जो 1 प्लस कॉस थीटा हमारे पास है उसका साइन चेंज हो जाएगा. कॉस थीटा विल टर्न इनटू माइनस कॉस थीटा. इन द सेम वे कॉस थीटा इज गिवन इन द सिंगल एंड वी हैव 1 प्लस साइन थीटा, देन इट विल टर्न इनटू एज न्यूमरेटर 1 माइनस साइन थीटा एंड डिनोमिनेटर कॉस थीटा. नाउ साइन स्क्वायर थीटा प्लस कॉस स्क्वायर थीटा का अगर हम होल स्क्वायर करेंगे, इट विल बी 1 स्क्वायर, बिकॉज साइन स्क्वायर थीटा प्लस कॉस स्क्वायर थीटा इज इक्वल टू 1. सो sin to the power 4 theta plus cos to the power 4 theta plus 2 sin square theta into cos square theta is equal to 1. आई एम लाइक मैं आपको ये सारी आइडेंटिटीज़ बता रही हूँ, मैं आपको ये सारी आइडेंटिटीज़ पढ़ा रही हूँ, लेकिन आप लोग को ये सब कुछ रिमेंबर रखना है, ये सब क्राम करना है एक तरीके से, क्योंकि ये सारे एज इट इज़ हमारे क्वेश्चंस में लगते हैं. So sin 4 theta plus cos 4 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square theta cos square theta. So this is the identity which you need to remember, that sin to the power 4 theta plus cos to the power 4 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square theta into cos square theta. Now let's move to our next identity. Sin square theta plus cos square theta का whole cube is equal to 1 cube. So here is the identity. Sin to the power 6 theta plus cos to the power 6 theta is equal to 1 minus 3 sin square theta cos square theta. Next, I recommend you to write it down as it is that I have written in my notes and I am telling you. मैं आपको एक एक चीज़ अगर रीड करके बता रही हूँ तो I request you all कि आप लोग इन सब चीज़ों को लिखो, क्योंकि लिखने से you will remember them. 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta. It is an identity. So now here comes the same thing that we have learned in case of like sin theta and cos theta. If tan theta is in single, then we have sin theta minus 1. Then sec theta will change its sign and will become plus 1, and tan theta will come in denominator. So this is an identity. Sec theta minus tan theta is equal to 1 upon sec theta plus tan theta. 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosec square theta. Cosec theta minus cot theta is equal to 1 plus cosec theta plus cot theta. Sec square theta plus cosec square theta is equal to sec square theta into cosec square theta. Tan square theta minus sin square theta is equal to tan square. Okay, I will now tell you that tan square theta into sin square theta. I will tell you from where you can arrange all these identities. There is a book, like if you want to study an ace mathematics, then you first need to remember that practice is the only solution for this problem. And the next thing is that you have to firstly undergo all the questions that are being written in NCERT and NCERT Exemplar. NCERT और NCERT Exemplar के अंदर जितने भी क्वेश्चंस हैं ट्रिगोनोमेट्री के वो सब आप कर लो. When that has been completed, उसके बाद I recommend you a book Aditi Sharma. Aditi Sharma for class 10th is a very good book if you want to ace it the class 10th board exam. So Aditi Sharma is a good book for all these identities, because it has all these identities. It has proofs also of these identities. So you can, I recommend you can check on the any app and you can like order the Aditi Sharma book. It is a good book. I recommend that. And this video is not sponsored by Aditi Sharma book, but yeah, you can take the book and you can learn from that, because जितनी भी आइडेंटिटीज़ हैं वो सारी उसके अंदर मैंशनड है. जितनी भी मैंने यहाँ लिखी हैं आप वो सब उतार लो, लेकिन उस बुक से अगर आप करोगे तो आपको प्रूफ्स भी पक्के हो जाएंगे उस चीज़ के, क्योंकि ये आइडेंटिटीज़ बोर्ड एग्जाम में पूछी जाती हैं. नाउ if a plus b into if a plus b upon a minus b is equal to x upon y, so a upon b is equal to x plus y upon x minus y. So this is an identity. Like what we can say is, we can say that let's say x plus 1 by x is equal to k. Let's say x is sin theta, sin 30. I will tell you the meaning of the solution of sin 30. Let's say x is equal to sin 30. So sin square 30 plus 1 upon sin square 30 is equal to some k square minus 2. If we know the value of k, then x cube plus 1 upon x cube will become k cube minus 3k. It is an identity. You have to remember it. Now, what are complementary angles? Complementary angles हमारे वो angles होते हैं जिनको ऐड करके 90 डिग्री आता है. a plus b is equal to 90 degree. So sin a is equal to cos b, tan a is equal to cot b, and sec a is equal to cosec b. These are the trigonometric conversions that happens when these conversions happens when we have 90 degree or 270 degree. In case of 180 degree and 360 degree, there are no conversions. Or sin a into sec b is equal to 1. tan A into tan B is equal to 1, cot A into cot B is equal to 1, or cos A into cosec B is equal to 1. These are the identities again. Why? Because I will tell you now only that A plus B is equal to 90 degree. A is equal to 90 minus B. Sin A is equal to cos B, because cos B sin A is equal to sin 90 degree minus B. In case of 90 degree, sin conversion happens from sin to cos, then sin A is equal to cos B. What is hence proved? So it is what written over here. The same case for tan A cot B and sec A cosec B. Now if A plus B is equal to 90 degree, then sin square A plus sin square B is equal to 1, because sin square B is equal to cos square B, and cos square B is equal to sin square B. In case A plus B is equal to 90 degree. Now next, let's move to some numericals. If tan A is equal to root 2 minus 1, show that sin A into cos is equal to 1 upon 2 root 2. So as we all know, tan A is equal to tan A is equal to perpendicular upon base, as I have written here. So in our case, perpendicular is root 2 minus 1 and base is equal to 1. So when we will do using Pythagoras theorem, we can find out the hypotenuse. After finding the hypotenuse, we can just put our values into the equation. The sine is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse, cos is equal to base upon hypotenuse, and we will find out it to be 1 upon 2 root 2. That is the thing that we have to prove. Now trigonometric table, this is what I was saying you over here, that I will tell you what sin 30 and sin 60 is. So we have to find, there is a trigonometric table in Trigo where the values of sin theta and all the 6 trigo ratios in 0 degree, 30 degree, 45, 60 and 90 degree has been given to us, and we have to find out. We doesn't have to find out anything, it is the table has been given, we have to learn it as it is. So I request you to learn all the table, because it is very important, because हमें अभी 0 degree, 30, 45, 60 और 90 की ratios पता है, लेकिन हमसे 75, 85, 35, 50 ये ratios भी पूछ लेते हैं, तो वो इन्हीं की हेल्प से निकलता है. तो you have to remember all this table. I request you to take a screenshot either or write it down on your notebooks, the table. You will find this table in NCERT book as well as Aditi Sharma as well. Now I also recommend NCERT Exemplar to you, because NCERT Exemplar has all those higher order thinking skills questions. So if you want to learn more deeply, like you have to want to delve more deeply into mathematics, you can take NCERT Exemplar. It is very good book for board exams. So yes, now let's come to all NCERT Exemplar questions I have discussed here. Before that, I would want to see, this is a mostly 20 minutes lecture, so I would like to cover all the basics in this lecture one by one, and questions can be done on further lectures I will be posting on the channel. So let's come and discuss trigonometric conversions. Firstly, we have to make this graph. What does this graph says? See, when we are making x-axis and y-axis, we have 4 quadrants: first, second, third, fourth. In the first quadrant, we have this rule that A for all, S for school, 2 and college. What does this mean? That in first quadrant, all ratios are positive. All trigonometric like sine, cos, tan, sec, cosec, cot, everything is positive in first quadrant. First quadrant lies between 0 degree to 90 degree. From 0 degree to 90 degree. Now let's come to second quadrant. Here, Sine and cosec is positive, others are negative. It is from 90 degree to 180 degree. In third, as it is 2, so T for tan and cot is positive, others are negative. In fourth quadrant, C for college, C for cos theta and sec theta is positive, others are negative. So it is very useful when we go for sign conversions. We have to understand what is positive and what is negative in which quadrant. So now let's move to sign conversions. So whenever we are doing sign conversions, this is the rule for that sin theta will change to cos theta, tan theta will change to cot theta, sec theta will always change to cosec theta when we are talking about 90 degree or 270 degree. If there is 180 degree and 360 degree, then sign will change, ratio will not change. Now let's come to sign conversions. We have sin 90 minus theta, guys. I want you to look carefully on this topic. We have sin 90 minus theta, which is equal to cos theta. Now understand that we have 90 degree as our degree angle, which is changing because of the theta we are subtracting from it. As we have 90 degree over here, जैसे हमारे पास 90 डिग्री है तो हमारा रेशो कन्वर्जन होगा. साइन का रेशो कन्वर्जन हमेशा कॉस में होता है, तो हम यहाँ कॉस थीटा लिख लेंगे. उसके बाद में वी हैव टू चेक वेदर साइन रेशो इज़ पॉजिटिव, बिकॉज इन फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट सारे रेशोज पॉजिटिव होते हैं, इसलिए हमारा प्लस का साइन आएगा सारे रेशोज में. cos 90 minus theta, cos हमेशा sin में. This is like to and fro. Sin changes to cos, cos changes to sin in case of 90 degree and 270 degree. So it will be sin theta. Now tan 90 minus theta gives cot theta. Cot 90 minus theta, cot converts to tan. Sec 90 minus theta, sec converts to cosec, and cosec converts to sec theta. And all signs will be positive because first quadrant में all ratios are positive. Now let's come to second quadrant where it is written 90 plus theta. As 90 is written, ratio will change. Sin 90 plus theta gives cos theta, and sin is positive in second quadrant, so we will get plus cos theta. Now cos 90 plus theta gives minus sin theta. Why? Because cos changes to sin and cos is negative in second quadrant because only sin and cosec are positive, so we will get minus sin theta. Tan 90 plus theta gives minus cot theta, and here is the change according to, you can write it down, you should write it down because all the numerical questions you will be doing will be requiring these kind of sign conversions. So you should write it down and you should consider it, you should learn it. ना यू शुड नॉट क्रैम इट, मतलब इसको समझोगी ये क्यों हो रहा है. लाइक 180 माइनस थीटा सेकेंड क्वाड्रेंट में 180 जब भी आ जाएगा और 270 के केस में साइन रेशो कन्वर्ट नहीं होता, साइन कन्वर्जन हो जाता है, तो साइन साइन ही रहेगा. साइन 180 माइनस थीटा साइन थीटा रहेगा, और 180 माइनस थीटा सेकेंड क्वाड्रेंट में जाता है. 180 माइनस थीटा ये वाला क्वाड्रेंट है, तो इसमें साइन पॉजिटिव रहता है, तो नो इट विल बी पॉजिटिव sign in case of sin theta. So cos 180 minus theta, cos will be negative, so minus cos theta. Here there will be no change of trigonometric ratios because 180 degree is given. Now when we come to third quadrant, in this sin 180 plus theta will result in minus sin theta. Cos 180 plus theta will result in minus cos theta, and you can write it down as it is. This is what sign conversions are. Now I have solved some questions like 5 to 6 questions. No, not 5 to 6. They are 10 questions. I have solved of NCERT Exemplar because NCERT Exemplar questions come into exam also. So first question is root of sec square theta plus cosec square theta is equal to tan theta plus cos theta, cot theta. So this is we have to prove we have to prove it. So LHS is equal to sec square theta plus cosec square theta का under root, where we just use our identity that 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta, 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosec square theta. Then we will get tan theta plus cos theta is the RHS. Second one is sin power 4 theta minus cos power 4 theta plus 1 into cosec square theta is equal to 2. So in left hand side we will open the identity of a square minus b square is equal to a plus b, guys, into a minus b. You should do it yourself. You should write down all the questions and you should try doing the answers of it. So here we will get the 2 as the answer. You can just take the screenshot of these questions and you can revise it later on. These are all NCERT exemplar questions. If you got any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. I will clear it out. These are higher order thinking skills questions. So you can take the screenshot of this. Now, these are also the same higher order thinking skills questions. You can take the screenshot of this. So that's all about जो part 1 trigonometry में हमें पढ़ना था. In part 2 of trigonometry, I will be going to clear your doubts first, and then I will be going to teach you all the numerical questions of trigonometry of class 10th. And what we will also discuss what are the questions that have come into past years board exams as well in further videos. So that's all for the trigonometry part 1. So thank you and have a nice day.